let's do this. Good morning, everybody. Hello, I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Monday, a new week. How was your weekend? Was it good? My weekend was good. It was kind of busy with launching the new channel, everybody. I launched my new channel over the weekend. There was a few glitches. Couldn't launch it really on Friday night because there was glitches with YouTube, like it sent me on a loop. You can't do this because you haven't verified this, and then I click on the thing to verify that and it says you've already verified it. So I know, but it sent me on a loop like that and it just stopped me from doing things. But it was sorted out. Hey Ian, it was sorted out on Saturday, and so I did it all on Saturday. So if you want to check out my new YouTube channel, here's a link to it. I would love your support on that, so subscribe to it. And at Claire Louise Hay. Okay, so that didn't work, did it? Let me give you the proper link then. Here it is. Bit of on the fly stuff. Morning, Sarah. There you go. There's the link to it. So check out my new channel and tell me what you think. Yeah, that was like almost 4 months of learning how to edit. I made a lot of videos just to throw them away so that I could learn how to film properly and edit properly. Some of them were really naff at the start, so I'm glad I waited. Hi, Mandy. How is everyone? Was your weekend good? Mine was a good weekend. I almost went on a date, but I didn't. I was just too busy. Got lots of sleep, so I'm feeling really good. Had a 2-hour massage yesterday after a walk on the beach, and that was amazing. I was going to film my day yesterday, and I thought, you know what? I just need a break. I need some time to myself, not filming it. So I did that yesterday. Had the day to myself. Caught up on watching some of the CrossFit games as well in the afternoon. Hey, Shelley. Yay, check out my YouTube channel. Thanks everyone for your support on that. So like usual, you know, comment on the videos and stuff like that and click like. Send people, the shorts are kind of done quite well. The first short that I put out there did really well. So we'll just see. I'm going to do more shorts, and this one is linked to my Instagram. So my Instagram will be that lifestyle kind of stuff. Oh, we've got police cards around you. Someone's been arrested. Oh, I wonder what happened. Well, mini reads. Okay, who sneezed? Mini reads. We do have someone booked in for a mini read. Who is it? Sandy. Hey, Sandy. Thank you so much for booking in. Is true love coming your way, Sandy? Is true love coming your way? With current energies. So this isn't like any time. These readings are based on your current energy, right? And so when you ask a question like that, it doesn't mean forever yes or forever no, because we can change our energy, right, to be manifesting it. But currently, is true love coming your way? Yes. There you go. Let's get some cards out. Let's get some cards out for you about this. So I presume that you've been waiting a while, Sandy, like the rest of us. Sandy, reach out for that romance. Okay, so you need to go looking for it. You need to make yourself available, go looking for it. I mean, like not being the pursuer, but making sure that you're on those dating sites and that you're out there available for dating. If there's any speed dating stuff, or way back when I lived in Byron Bay, they used to have some like singles nights. Singles, it wasn't like speed dating, it was like a bunch of singles getting together, like with like possibilities for romance, but it didn't happen. Not for me anyway. I think some people did get romance from it. Anyway, any way that you can put yourself out there, you need to be doing that. So rather than just kind of sitting, living your life, not putting yourself out there, you need to have at least like one way to show willing to the universe that you're putting yourself out there for it. For me, hey Maria, for me it's like I put myself on Tinder, and yeah, I was talking to 2 guys this weekend. One of them invited me on Saturday night, but I was like, but my first video is about to go out and I can't, I'm sorry. And I might go out on a date with him, perhaps tonight, or perhaps tomorrow night is fight night, so maybe I'll invite him along to that, because he seems pretty interesting. American guy, he's 48. It's kind of fun to chat to. The other one is a bit younger, so I don't know. Sandy, back to you. So reach out for that romance, put yourself in the game kind of thing. It's showing willing. It's showing willing is what it's doing. Have you ever had this where you're trying to manifest something and then you take action toward it, and the action that you take toward getting whatever it is that you're manifesting might not be the actual way that you get it, but it seems to get the universe into motion, right? It's that when you show willing, then it's surprising what can come from that. Hello, Nicolene. Hi, Crystal. Oh, cool. Ooh, 7 days off. That sounds good. You got surrender and sabotage. Sandy. Okay. So what is it you're doing to sabotage it? Is it that you're going, like, crossing your arms and going, I'm not going to go looking for it. It's got to come to me. There is, there is that. There's the Empress energy of, like, I know what it is that I deserve and it's going to come and find me and it's going to pursue me. Yes, but we also, like, we can't hide in a box either, And I'm not suggesting that you're hiding in a box, but this is quite clear to me. You've got to do something toward that to put yourself out there a little bit more. And yes, it's coming your way. So there you go. Sandy, who else have we got here? Sarah. Okay, should Ian Olivier go ahead with his plans now, or is it best to wait? Go ahead with plans now, Ian? Yes, go ahead with plans now. Let's find out why. Ooh, nearly knocked my crystal ball off the desk. Scary. Interesting. Okay, if you were to wait, you would enter this kind of doing more healing, more introspection, that kind of thing. Getting caught up in stuff that you don't necessarily need to do right now. Yeah, it's kind of a warning against putting it off. And you'd like to think healing is a good thing, but I'm getting that it's indulgent. It is, right? It's indulgent. Healing ourselves and spending time on ourselves and all of that. And sometimes you just got to get out there and live and take that next step in life. And is it true? Who am I? This has got something to do with the healing thing. Yeah, I think go for it. I think you're going to find out more of who you are, Ian, once you do that. And if you wait, like, there must be a reason that you asked. Is it best to wait? And that part of the question is coming from a self-indulgent place, so perhaps an avoidant to stay in your comfort zone or something like that, to indulge. Okay, there we go. Thank you for booking in. If anyone else wants one of those mini reads, you can book one anytime along the way. Here's the link for it. Fire your questions at me. So did any of you check out my new YouTube channel? What do you think of it? And what do you want to see more of on there? So it's going to be self-care, fitness, looking after ourselves, diet, stuff about menopause as well. I think that's my place, with being the age that I am, rather than trying to appeal to, like, the young'uns. More geared toward women, perhaps, like around the 40-50 age group. Anyway, check it out. And if you have checked it out, let me know what you think. You're welcome, Ian. And good luck. Where is it you're going, Ian? What are you doing? Let's get some cards out for Twin Flames and see what's going on right now. I lost some weight over the weekend. About a kilo. No, probably in the last week, a kilo. I'm going to have to stop losing weight soon. I'm almost at my ideal. My arms are showing through more. If it wasn't for the loose skin will go soon though. It'll catch up. Okay. Twin flames. Yeah, check it out, Sarah. The link. Oh yeah, I put the link there already. Coffee's made me hot. I'm having fun with it. I've got a couple more videos made to put there already. I think I'm going to do one vlog every week because they're fun to make, and I think leading by example is the best way to do it rather than sitting there and telling people, you know. I think as I'm doing it, just chatting about it and following me in my day or a day of eating and, you know, stuff like that. I'm going to do stuff like that. Let's come to England or go to Ireland. Cool. Right, so twin flames, we've got the star, wishes, wishful thinking, wishes, positive feelings, hopeful, that's the word I'm looking for, hopeful. Yeah, it's an entrepreneur that I'm talking to, although he didn't message me. He stopped messaging me after yesterday morning, but I haven't messaged him either because I was busy. I didn't want to kind of encourage him and then him ask me out again for me to turn him down, because just this weekend was just a no-go. A no-go at all. And then some other dude was messaging me who was on his way to this island, and he said, great, so we can hang out. And it's like, that's a bit presumptuous. I've got time for hanging out. Cool, thank you, Sarah. I'm excited about it. And of course, I was not expecting, like, I know better. I've been in business for a long time now, but you always have that hope that it's just going to go boom straight away, right? Instant success and all of that. And I know that's not the way that things happen. But yeah, consistency is everything, right? But yeah. Well, it's all set up now anyway. And my old Claire Louise Hay page on Facebook is now the Facebook page for that channel. So I always had that one, which was kind of a copy of my Be Healing page, really. I used to post the same stuff on it. And then I was just kind of like, what am I doing? Why am I like doing the same thing on 2 pages? It's not worth it. I was going to delete it, but there was no way to delete it. Facebook wouldn't let me delete it, and so it just kind of hung there with nothing happening on it. But I'm going to use that now, so I'm glad that I couldn't delete it now. So we've got the star, we've got hopes and wishes, being hopeful about it in the world, we've got movement happening, perhaps travel, Ian, perhaps travel, Sarah. Yes, there could be movement happening. Like I said, that full moon that we had last week was a bit of a doozy. It was like a snow globe, shake things up, get people moving. The one that I thought might be my match left the island this weekend. Didn't get to see him before he left. But that's all right, you know? It's all right. That's all right. This happens for a reason. The star of the world. And yeah, give me feedback about my new channel too. I'm up for improving that. My first video is really long, but I had a lot to say, and I want these things to be useful, you know. So like, start strong. Oh, wrist feels a bit dodgy. 8 of Wands, direct communication. The Hierophant. We've got a lot of major arcanas. 8 of Wands and the Hierophant. Interesting. So 8 of Wands is about direct communication. There's something here about people being direct. There's something about avoidance too. Wait a minute, let me just sort the tablecloth out. I don't like it when it rocks up. I need 3 hands. Okay. Okay, it's not going to fall off. what was I saying? 8 of Wands, yeah. Direct communication and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like going about things the right way. I'm getting a bit of avoidance here. You know, when, like I did this weekend, I didn't message that guy, even though I do want to go out with him. I want to get to know him. He seems really interesting. I avoided messaging him because I didn't want to let him down again, and I would have because I was really busy. So that kind of thing is, I'm getting that there might be a bit of avoidance. Or avoidance is like if you're not ready for a relationship yet, or for the moves that you need to make in order to be in that, then there might be avoidance of communication. It's like, I'm going to communicate the right way or not at all, is what I'm feeling here. So if anyone's avoiding you at the moment, it might be because of that. It might be because of other things too. You know, it might be ghosting or stuff like that. But just in case it's not, it could be something about that, because I'm just getting that kind of vibe from this reading. You either want to communicate the right way or not at all, or delay it rather than not at all. Not at all at the moment. Then we've got the Strength card, until I'm stronger, in a stronger position. And then I'll communicate when I'm in a stronger position. It's funny how the cards work, isn't it? My God, the amount of major arcanas. Hanged Man. There's only the 8 of Wands that isn't a major arcana, and that's just because it's direct communication. All right. The Hanged Man. Seeing things from a different perspective now. I'm waiting until I'm stronger to communicate, because I'm seeing things from a different perspective now. And 5 of Swords. I don't want to break your heart. I don't want to break your heart. Right. I want to do things right. I want to communicate when I'm ready and I feel strong enough. I want to do things the right way, but I don't want to break your heart. So I'm in a difficult place now. I'm hopeful for it, but there's changes that need to make. I want to communicate that, but I want to do it the right way when I'm strong enough. I'm seeing things from a different perspective now, and I don't want to break your heart. That is what I'm getting from this. Whoever that applies to, resonates with, totally understand the avoidance of direct communication from the masculine. Good. That's what we've got here. A hopeful feeling, but they know that something's got to change first for them. Not like Divine Feminine's got to change. Get together with someone and don't want them to be like they are. Let's get some more cards out, see what's going on. Does anyone want a mini read? There's a link in that comment up top, live chat. You know. What else do we need to know? We've got flying creatures, I think, which is the 8 of Earth, and the World card. Oh, flying creatures and then the World card, again indicating travel or movement and change, end of chapter, start of new chapters. The 8 of Earth. Oh. Air creatures. The 8 of Earth asks you to reach higher, stretch further, dream bigger. Whatever it is you're attempting, it's not even close to what's potentially possible. Slough off whatever baggage is holding you earthbound. Make yourself as light as possible by letting go of doubts and focusing on what you know is possible. How much in UK pounds is it? That's a good question. The approximate currency conversions are on the website when you book, but let's have a look. I'll tell you. I did those currency conversions a long time ago though, and I presume it's about £11. I presume it's about the same now. About £11. I expect it to be about £11, I think, unless there's like been massive drastic changes of currency. There you go, 10. Oh, 10, bargain. 8 of Earth. Oh, I've already said it. So we've got to reach higher. Someone's reaching higher. Seeing things differently now. Hanged Man. I think the masculine might be reaching higher. It'll have a currency conversion as well thing, depending on how you pay for it as well, I think. Or do I take the hit of that? I don't know. Sometimes I do. I get paid different things from different people, whether they're using credit card, whether they're using PayPal. Two people can get the same thing on PayPal, but depending where they are, I get different amounts from it, depending on how they pay for it. It's all very strange. I don't understand it, really. Because when I buy things, I also take a hit. Like when I buy things like online from other countries, I get the currency conversion fee or something like that. So it's all very complicated. We probably both end up paying for the currency conversions. So somebody's reaching higher then, and they're making changes in their life. So they're seeing things differently now. Seems to be a lot of growing up with the Divine Masculine here. Ooh, the Nine of Fire. Look at him. Look at him. The Nine of Fire is Pluto. Some say that the only absolutes in life are death and taxes. Ooh, I went out for a walk yesterday morning, talking of taxis, taxi boats. It's very low tide at the moment, this kind of time of year. I don't know if you know this, but you know how most places have 2 tides a day? We have 1 tide a day, and that's because the Gulf of Thailand, it's like an almost enclosed sea. If you look at the map, where I am, it's kind of cut off in a much bigger way anyway. We only get 1 tide, which is kind of weird. So some times of year we have extreme tides, and some times of year we don't. Anyway, it's extreme tides time of year, which means it goes out a lot and the coral sticks out. Anyway, so the taxi boats have a hard time running. There's 2 channels on the bit of the beach that I walk, 2 kind of channels cut through it so that the boats can come in, just the little boats, and it's tight for them. Anyway, as I was walking, one of the taxi boats got stuck on some coral, and some guys, other taxi boat guys, had to wade out and push it out. I had to stop and watch it because it was exciting. You know, I used to live on a boat, so I've dealt with stuff like this before, getting grounded, and yeah, it can be pretty scary when stuff like that happens. But they stood on the boat, they got some poles out, and they pushed it because the water was kind of pushing the boat onto the coral instead of toward the channel. Anyway, it wasn't talking about taxis, it was talking about taxes. Pluto reigns over these infamous aspects of the human experience. Okay, so we're talking about the human experience here. Divine Masculine kind of gone off to do his thing, to reach higher, because he's seen things from a new perspective now, and he's having to deal with death, taxes, life stuff, 3D stuff. The Nine of Fire heralds the inevitable. Unlike the Seven of Fire, oh, because he's reaching higher, okay. Unlike the Seven of Fire, the events of the Nine are often not a surprise. More often, we see them coming. We know we should prepare, but we resist. Someone was in wishful thinking here, thinking that they could bypass some kind of a 3D stuff that they've got going on, but they couldn't. They were trying to reach higher and manifest it straight away, and they couldn't. More often we see them coming, we know we should prepare, but we resist. The changes Pluto promises are usually difficult and ones we'd rather forgo. While that's not possible, there is at least the promise of riches at the end of the journey. There we go. So they were denying something before, something that they needed to do, something very boring, like pay the taxes or set something up. And now they've had to face up to it. So there's been a bit of a realization. Got to get moving on something, got to sort something out. Came up as 10, might be nearly 11. Yeah. Extra fee, $2.99. I just ignore all the fees. I never look at like what it could be without any fees. Do you know what I mean? Of the stuff that I've got coming in, I only like look at the amount. Usually I'm getting $18 from those $20 things. I don't really mind, you know. I don't really mind. I think PayPal is a wonderful thing, and the credit card processors too, for it to all processed so quickly. I think they deserve to take their fees for making that an easy process. I've been in business for a long time now, and it was so hard before. God, I remember when I had like a credit card, first credit card processor, and it would take like 2 weeks for me to get my money. And the fees for that were ridiculous, and I had to pay for it as well. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just fees from the money was coming in. I actually had to pay to have like a contract with this credit card processor. It's hardly worth it, really. Now everything moves so easily. Money moves so easily around. What am I doing? Did you see that? It's like, that's not it. That's a book there. Oh my God. Maria, thank you for booking in. Oh, good question. Should you still hold your energy back on Facebook? Did I tell you to do that before? I don't even remember. I do these readings and I don't remember them. I don't remember people's stories, really. Should you still be holding your Facebook energy back? No. Oh. Let's find out why. No, not anymore. What's all this about? Okay. Who perceives the perceiver and simplicity? Right. So the way that you're being perceived on Facebook. Perhaps I had a little bit of a flashback then. You're pulling new energy back from that. The way that you were being perceived. People getting the wrong end of the stick about you. I don't post very much on those things anymore. I don't pay a lot of attention to social media anymore, in fact. Nor a lot of the emails that I've got coming through. There's a lot of complainers at the moment. I don't even read, like, I read the first couple of lines and it's, oh, it's someone complaining, delete. There's a lot of crap out there. Anyway, the way that you were being perceived was not yourself, kind of thing. What you were putting out before, it wasn't really you. Anyway, your energy, perhaps from the break, has cleaned things up, simplified things. Let me explain this better. Sometimes when we're not like confident in ourselves and not being ourselves, happy within ourselves and fully being ourselves, like on social media or anywhere, in fact, we can try to portray a certain energy that we want people to take us, and it has the opposite effect. Do you know what I mean? It's like trying to change people's minds about yourself by putting posts, and it all goes even, gets even worse. You can tell when people post a lot. You can tell when people are trying to be what they're not on social media. They tend to post a lot, and you can just tell, like, if they were really being that, they wouldn't need to post that. Do you know what I mean? But we tie ourselves in knots when it's us that's doing it. We don't mean to. We're not trying to like betray a character that we're not. What we're trying to do is communicate who we are, but coming from a place of like, I don't really feel like I am this thing. It comes across as it just comes across as the opposite. So now you would approach things more simply rather than trying to change someone's perception of you through posts. Do you know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. Right. And so you need to forgive yourself for that, for however you were trying to change other people's opinions of you by posting, and the judgment that came back from it. That's the thing, is whenever we do something from like a lack of self-esteem, it begets judgment, because it's the same energy. It's like, I'm judging myself, so I'm going to put something out there so that people don't judge me, and you get judgment from it. It's the same energy. And you don't have that anymore, so you can try again. Does that make sense? I hope so. You no longer need to do that because you cleared it up now. And sometimes we just need a break, hey? Sometimes we just need a break from doing that because we tie ourselves up in knots. We do. Anyone else want a mini read? Here's the link for it. Oh, my ear just went boo. And do check out my new channel as well. Give me feedback on it. Tell me what you think. Have a look. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of triggered people around at the moment. Complainy. But I think, I mean, there's always a lot of that around when you work online. People don't have anything better to do. Or they don't have like a positive focus, like I talked about in my first video on my other channel. A positive focus so that in their life to apply themselves to, and so they get caught up in the negativity that's around them, responding to that, triggered, you know, that kind of thing. A lot of that about at the moment in particular. Okay, next up we've got the Summerlands. This is the Fool card. This is the new start, throwing themselves into something, taking a risk, new chance. This is about something 3D, something to do with something 3D in their life, probably work on money, taxes, family stuff, something that they were trying to manifest beyond but didn't manage to do it because it needed to be faced. And then the Cat card. I'm not taking the Cat card because it just doesn't make any sense. Like the Six of Air, Six of Swords, it should be about movement and all of that, but it's about animals, and it makes no sense. Anyway, there's movement, new start, taking a risk, facing something. I think we're still talking about Divine Masculine here, but we might be talking about Divine Feminine as well. Just lately I've been feeling like everyone's in this energy, and even though you might be seeing it more clearly applying to the Divine Masculine, it's still applying to the Divine Feminine as well. Okay, now we're talking about Divine Feminine, I think. Three of Water. She looks happy. The Three of Water. Creation, fertility. The Roman goddess Flora is known for her association with springtime and the flowering of the plants. She protects plants from rotting and helps young girls as they approach womanhood. Everything about her is young and fresh and filled with beauty and promises for the future. Nice. Within her creation, the fragrant blossoms of spring are many blessings. The colour and scents revive and refresh our spirits after months of winter dreariness. Within the flowers are elements that will eventually become fruits and vegetables to nourish our bodies throughout the year. My arm's aching. Of course, there's also the promise of death and decay as part of the natural cycle of life. We've got a lot of cycle cards here with the World out twice. Of course, there's also the promise of death and decay as part of the natural cycle of life, but for now, all is lovely, lush and delightful. Three of Water denotes a happy time of plenty. There's not just enough, but more than enough to put by for a rainy day. Having something set aside gives a sense of security that makes the present even more enjoyable. So Divine Feminine has got good stuff going on at the moment. It's springtime energy for the Divine Feminine, which is really good. I think Divine Feminines have kind of, I think in the past couple of years, Divine Feminines kind of faced up to things and withdrawn for a while and are feeling kind of more stagnant, but more stagnant when it comes to love life and things like that, because they had to withdraw to face things. But the things going on in our lives are really good. In the 3D stuff for the Divine Feminine, there's transformation going on. She's going there. Where? Well, Belladonna. This is like, she's got a fire in her. She's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to stand up for myself. Yeah. And then the Mother of Air, communication. The Mother of Air is about communication. Ooh. So maybe clearing communication now, the Mother of Air. She builds bridges with words and ideas, helping you communicate more effectively. So Divine Feminine is kind of getting better at communicating herself now. And way more empowered, able to fight for herself, but it doesn't even have to be a fight. Once you're confident, you don't have to fight, right? You can just stand up for yourself and, you know, have that unmoving kind of an energy. No fight required. When we're not that confident energy, that's when you have to fight. You have to fight your way, because it's like, oh no, you're not going to give me that. I need to fight for it. Whereas when you've got the self-esteem, you don't have to fight for it at all. You'll say, like, you are going to give me that. It is going to happen. I am unmoving here. If you don't, I'll get it from somebody that will, you know. And the Six of Fire. So 2 very different energies at the moment. As usual, we've got the Divine Feminine leading this kind of way. It's like this. It's like the Divine Masculine is going through the lessons that we went through on this journey a while ago. Six of Fire. Or perhaps recently. It doesn't have to be a while ago. Saturn. You see, Saturn's involved. Saturn being that, is it every 7 years or something? I don't know much about astrology. When does Saturn... Oh my God, what am I doing? Saturn and its effects on humans. Saturn returns, that's what I want to know. Right, Saturn. Saturn is a Titan who became the king of the sky, known as Father Time. The austere planet that brings forth karma, structure, discipline, limitations. It brings us down to earth, right? It can bring order to our chaotic lives, rewards the hard work we do to maintain it. And it takes between 27 and 30 years for it to travel through the zodiac. So it means that everyone goes through a Saturn return at the end of their 20s, 50s and 80s. But for some reason I'm getting like there's a 7-year thing. I don't know. How do I keep my Saturn happy? Offer help either financially, give you time to support the needy. Lead a positive life, make a donation. And I think it's more about sorting our own lives out there. Is Saturn return every 7 years? Oh, it's the quarter cycles. Okay, I knew there was something about 7 years. There you go. It's Saturn return every 7 years. Astrologers have long associated the 7-year itch, where we change our lives, right, with the quarter cycles of Saturn. That's what it is. The 7-year itch. Yes. Okay. 7-year itch has been very prominent in my life, where it comes to 7 years. Oh, I've been here 7 years. It comes to 7 years. And I'm like, okay, I need to make a change now. I'm bored. Time to move somewhere else. Or relationships, very much. Rather than relationships, it's more like phases. You know what I mean? Of like when I was getting into a certain kind of a relationship. The relationship didn't need to last 7 years. It could have lasted 6 years perhaps. But for the year before I met that person, I was ready for that relationship. And so it's a 7-year cycle. Chapters of our lives in 7 years. So, what have you been doing for the last 7 years, everyone? Put it in the comments. What have you been doing for the last 7 years? There's something about this. 7 years. Saturn rules our ambitions, goals, career. Ah, yeah, career. Achievements. It's probably no coincidence that 7 years after I moved here, I'm starting this new channel now. Saturn rules our ambitions, goals, career achievements, long-term plans. These are all worthy things that often shape our lives to a significant degree. With achievements comes kudos and recognition, but with Saturn, these things are all hard-won. Yeah, it's not easy. And it is in the winning of them that Saturn's true gift's given. You've got to work for it. Thank you, Vanessa. Is that a... It is. Thank you, Vanessa. I'll do that very shortly. It's all hard one. It's not easy, the Saturn stuff at all. But you feel really good once you do it. It's the stuff that takes a long time. Our journey toward realizing our ambitions is filled with serious choices, including how we deal with authority figures and obstacles. We confront structures and restrictions and must determine how to face them, overcome them, or work within them. Through this, we gain experience and wisdom. Life lessons are taught and learned or repeated. You know how I was saying it might appear like all of this stuff is happening for the Divine Masculine in a big way. It's also happening for the Divine Feminine too, but perhaps in a smaller way, because we're more pre-prepared, because we do more of the kind of inner work. Generally. Six of Fire brings a conservative, serious energy. Situations must be reviewed and analysed, and decisions made with calculating precision. For what happens now will determine future trends. Much can be won, but not without a cost. And that's not to say the Saturn energy that you won't be like tapped into your intuition or anything. I've been very much like that with this new channel. However, I've been so much wiser with it, using my head more, like going, no, I'm not just going to wing it and throw something out there like months ago when I first thought about it. I'm going to think about this and formulate this properly. And I still don't know whether I've formulated it properly. Because I was going to use that Hey Claire as like a theme. Like, hey Claire. Like as if like people ask me questions. So the videos will be like, so someone asked me, hey Claire, da da da. And then in the comments you can put, hey Claire. That was my kind of thing, but I don't know whether, it kind of hasn't come naturally to do that within videos. We'll see, but I'm just kind of following along with it now, but I use my head much more this time. Before I was all intuition. I'm like, oh guys, you want me to do that? Okay, there you go, throw that website together and put it out there. Whereas now I'm more, I know more. Perhaps everything I've done thus far has taught me how to actually make a success of something, especially on YouTube. Perhaps. The algorithms always change, so it's tricky. 7 years, guess growing, healing, changes for the better. Yeah, I think the last 7 years have been monumental in healing for me. Wow. All of the 7-year stages in my life have been. For sure. Okay. Vanessa. Thank you for booking in. And Vanessa's question is, should I bite the bullet and buy this new venture and take this opportunity, even though it's a deviation to what I thought I should be buying? Ooh. I've got really interesting energies around at the moment. I do weekly readings for people. If anyone wants to book in for that, in fact. I do weekly readings for people. There's a group of people. Let me see if I can find it. I don't put it out there for general... for people to... I've got like a program. And I'll do the readings at the weekends. I do one for myself and I do one for all the customers that are in it. I need to find the page for it. And I have noticed, like this week especially, last week, changing energies with that full moon. This week especially, there was a lot for quite a few people, about, myself included, about investment and changing the way that you're looking at that, and especially about partnerships and like noticing your patterns in that. So that's something to think about, Vanessa, with all of this. Where is it? Here it is, weekly reads. Okay. Yeah, so if anyone's interested in that, let me see if I can piece together. I don't know why. Let me see if I can piece together the link to that, because you can. I don't advertise this very much because I don't want like a lot of people coming into this. If you're interested in that program, it's just like a reading that's about 1 page or 1.5 pages, and it goes every single week at the weekend for the week ahead. It goes through the energy for you specifically for the week, the energies at play, the lessons for the week, your focus for the week, that would be a good focus for you for the week, and then any more guidance. Pretty powerful. I think that's it anyway. Let me just click So if anyone's interested in joining that program, you can join at any time. But like I said, I don't put that out very much because I don't want to be inundated with those. Right, so let's get to answering your question. Should you bite the bullet and buy this new venture? No. Let's find out why. Let's find out why and what's going on for you here. Cleanse and include. Okay. So what you thought you should be buying is more aligned with you. But you've got cleanse and include here. Right. I knew there was a reason I had to mention what I just mentioned about partnerships and stuff like that, about working with other people. There's something here about you being left out. Whenever we get cards like this out together, there can be a predominant energy of like, I'm always left out. I'm left out of the loop. People don't tell me I'm not included. I can't work with that person because they won't include. And that can be a story that we have going on. And we get to see evidence over and over again. We've got that. We've got brains that do that. That we will see the predominant energy that we are in any kind of situation. Like, I knew that was going to happen. I'm always left out. And so then we see the evidence of that, whereas there could be evidence of not that too. Not only that, but this puts us in a victim kind of a mentality that draws that energy out of other people. Like when a guy comes up to you and says, you don't want to dance with me, do you? When they come up to you with an attitude and they're trying to ask you out, but they're not. They're doing the opposite of that. They're saying, I've got such low self-esteem, I don't think you're even going to choose me. Are you? And you go, no, of course I'm not, with that attitude. And they go, yeah, there's evidence of it then, It's that's an extreme version of it. But you've got a bit of that energy is what this is saying. And you need to clean that up first. So you want to be investing in the thing that you thought you were going to invest in. But before you do that, you need to clean up a victimhood kind of a mindset that has you with that weird energy that has people not including you, not telling you about it because you've got weird energy. I'm exaggerating this so that you, I'm not saying you're weirdo. I'm exaggerating this so you can kind of see it in yourself, hopefully, Vanessa, so that you kind of know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I do that in readings, is I exaggerate it so that we can kind of go, oh, but it'll be really subtle in you. Tell us more. And it's about other people. Find a new approach, and who am I? It's almost saying you need to be more confident first, and in order to get more confident, you need to kind of pinpoint that thing that you're doing that undermines your energy and go, oh, that's how I'm being coming across as low. That's how I'm not just coming across. That's how I'm being low self-esteem in these things, and it's got something to do with being included. I hope that makes sense to you, Vanessa. Are you on here live anyway? I don't know whether you are. If you're not on here live, I better send you the link. And what time is this? What time is it? 8:48. 8:48. I'm just gonna, because I don't know whether you're live, I'm gonna put the time. Be about 46 minutes into it. Because that might have been like a pre-booked one, but not by mistake, but randomly it happening at the time that I'm live. Just because we haven't seen Vanessa comment on here. So there you go, Vanessa, that's you. Shall email you with the link. Okay, let's get back to this. Twin flames. Divine masculine, divine feminine. What next? I think I'm just going to get the energies out now for divine masculine, divine feminine from this deck. Right, so tell us more. So we've got it, right? Divine masculine is kind of taking a step back to sort something out in his life, realizes that he's seeing things differently now, and before he communicates anything, because he wants to do it the right way, he's got to sort something out in his life. No bringing crap into the divine feminine's life, he knows that. Something needs to change first. Whereas Divine Feminine, she's getting much, much stronger. Belladonna, transformation, things are good. But something is going on about Saturn here, so I think everyone's kind of being affected by the same energies, the 7-year cycles that we got. So Divine Masculine's energy, please. Tell us about that. Feeling like they've got a long journey ahead of them, like a mountain to climb kind of thing. Once they've realized it, oh no, I've got to face this thing. I can't like just ignore that. I've got to face this thing. They realize like this is big. The box. The box is about labels, about who they are being perceived to be, like who they're being labeled as. They might not like it so much. I need to close the curtains because the sun's coming in now. Yeah, it's like the perception. I sat on this stool with my bikini, wet bikini on yesterday. Stained it some more. The mountain, yeah. And the box. Okay, the box. Yeah, not necessarily liking how they're being perceived by others at the moment, who they're being labelled as, who they label themselves as well. That, the desert. Oh, and the lover. Oh, an empty room too. It's like, no, I can't have what it is that I want. Oh my God, they are very like, the desert, the lover, and the empty room. Ain't no love going on there. Nothing happening there. The unseen. There's things behind the scenes, and they don't necessarily want to be outspoken about it either. Yeah, so very much head down, sorting something out, starting something off, movement happening in their lives, but needing to do it for themselves. And there ain't nothing going on in the love department at the moment. And they know it. Like, it's not like they're not like feeling like ready for it and reaching out for it and nothing's happening. It's like, no, I've got to focus on other things at the moment. They want to be perceived as something different, labeled as something different, and they need to feel that in themselves first. They need to stop labeling themselves as whatever it is, a loser or something like that, you know. So it appears to me like the Divine Masculine has some kind of a lesson to level up, let's put it that way. Some kind of a realization that they need to level up in some kind of way. Divine Feminine. What about Divine Feminine? Oh, the King. Divine Masculine energy, Gnosis. So the Gnosis is the knowing card. That deep knowing where you just know. So this could be either that you know someone is your Divine Masculine, or you know and you would recognize Divine Masculine energy. You're really clear on it now. And so if you come across it, you will absolutely recognize it. It's like, you're not my king. You know, that king energy. We can recognize it in people, right? Oh, there you go, Vanessa, you are here. You've been working on your self-worth and confidence during your healing. Awesome. Ego kicks in every time, especially when you're impatient. No worries. Yeah, so work on that being included thing. People being on your side. No worries. Divine Feminine. The Eternal Child. Nice. That's good energy. The Eternal Child is the inner child. And when our inner child isn't happy, when we don't have self-love and really tend to ourselves and look after our inner child, before we get to that point of realization of that, before we get to that point of healing, where we're listening to the inner child, that inner child plays up. And so we can be immature. We can be immature and, you know, pouty and all kinds of things. All kinds of immaturities come out. The dark side of our inner child comes out a lot until we've healed it. And once we've healed it, the positive sides of the inner child can come out. That playfulness, that a especially playfulness when we're talking about relationships. Your playful inner child doesn't come out in like flirting and being cool with other people when you're unhealed. It doesn't. The troublemaker side of your inner child comes out when you're unhealed, right? That's interesting. So there's inner child work perhaps going on, or your realization that you've done the inner child work and you're very, very different, the way that you are. Especially about being playful. Now, on a personal note for me, flirting happens sometimes, but it's very rare for me. Very rare that I flirt. I have fun with people, but it's not a flirtation. It's not, when it comes to, I'll have fun with people and it appears like flirting and people think that I'm flirting with them and I'm not, I'm just having fun with them. But the ones that I really like, I don't do that with. I don't flirt with them. So there I've got all these people going around going, oh, she likes me. And it's like, no, I don't. That's why I'm having, like, being playful, because I'm all cool about that. Right? So that's my personal. So what this is saying to me personally, you might be able to get something out of this, is my inner child when it comes to relationships still isn't healed. Because I'm not my usual playful self when I like somebody. No, the awkward teenager comes out when I like somebody. Interesting. So I'm a teenager. How about you guys? Have you thought about this? What do you like with that being playful? Are you playful with the people you like? I'm so not. I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, I like that one. I'll ignore him. I'm just like a teenager. So teenage healing perhaps for me. Think about that. What else for the Divine Feminine? Oh, the crone. The crony. The crone, the wise one, the one that has lived through a lot, and so she's learned a lot about herself, but can't see the forest for the trees, can't see the fault line, can't see the issue that you've got at the moment that is most hindering you. Perhaps I just uncovered one for me to do with the internal child and perhaps the internal teenager. Something to look at the moment. Some more healing. Ooh, to get our teeth into. I do like the healing stuff. I like when I uncover stuff like that. I mean, I knew that I was being awkward around people that I like. And I am very playful. It's not that I don't like them, but I'm like not attracted to them. I'm very playful. Like with all my white eye guys, I have so much fun with them. So much fun with them. I'm like a kid with them. And most of them are very much younger than me as well. But they're like my besties, my best friends. It's like being at school. It's like playtime again when I do my white eye training. I love it. Inner child comes out to play. But with the ones that I like for relationship, now that I'm not drinking, or hardly ever drinking, that playful side doesn't come. It does when I'm drinking, like the drinking will take that self-censorship kind of thing away. But when I'm not drinking, no, I don't bring that side of myself out. Something to uncover. You might resonate with that, you might not, I don't know. So there we go, that's what I've got. Do check out my new YouTube channel. Tell me what you think. Here's the link for it. Subscribe to it if you're into health, fitness, menopause, self-care, perhaps weight loss too. I'm going to go into that. I want to go into the menopause thing because there's a load of teachers out there going, no, it's just calories in, calories out. It's like when you go through menopause, that is not true. Like it's hormones too. I'm going to go into all of that. What else? Island lifestyle as well. More about this island. Don't click enter. So check out my new YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you're interested in all of that kind of thing. Like I said, there will be vlogs. A vlog every week and probably one more video, some shorts too, but one more video about, I don't know, something. diet or menopause or skincare that has been asked for. I will be doing my skincare stuff in a video very shortly for that. Apart from that, on this channel, I'll be doing a pick a card read. It's going to be today, it's going to be the tarot, Full Love Celtic Cross Tarot spread. So check that out on my YouTube channel today. Don't forget, you got a chance to win a private reading with me worth 160 Australian dollars. All you need to do is keep on, be a subscriber, keep on clicking like on my videos and leaving a comment. Unfortunately, the live comments, they don't apply, the ones that I'm on my live, but once I've finished doing this live and it turns just into a normal video, the replay, you can click like and comment on that, and that will get you an entry in. Or get the deeper dives for my pick a card reads as well. That will get you an entry into another draw every month. So thank you everyone for your support. Let's do this all over again in 2 days time, see if the energies have changed or see if we've got an update. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, check out my other channel. I'm excited about that. It's creative for me, and I like to inspire people to take better care of ourselves, you know. So cool. So have a good one, everybody. Let's catch up again in 2 days time. Any of the mini reads that are booked now will be done in the next show on Wednesday. Bye.